For a young black man in the early...
Dang, 607 on back in the day.
Sickest nigga living, the illest rapper spitting, trying to take me off my pivot like shooting from a distance.
Apologies out to anyone who has been offended by.
Nah, that's a completely different person.
In the 90s, St. Louis was one of the most dangerous cities in America. Crime was high, hope was low, and the line between survival and success was thin as a shoelace. That's the environment 607 Unc came up in. Not much is known about his early life, but public records show that at just 17 years old, 607 Unc, aka Lawrence Neal Bolden Sr., was arrested for burglary and felony stealing before he even had a chance to graduate high school. But the court gave him a chance, gave him a suspended sentence, probation, community service, but that window closed fast. Multiple violations followed, and in 2000, he was officially sentenced to 3 years in the Missouri Department of Corrections. And if we're being honest, for a young black man in the early...
Dang, 607 on back in the day. I ain't gonna lie, he still kind of look the same though, just older now.
2000s, that could have been the end of his story. But when 607 Unc came home, he didn't pick up where he left off. He flipped the whole blueprint. When 607 Unc came home, he tried to make his rap career a reality.
You don't want it with me? I got a clip that you don't want to see. And I ain't talking about no PG movies, street sweepers and Uzis. Clips feel high, bullet tips redo me. I'm the sickest nigga living, the illest rapper spitting, trying to take me off my pivot like shooting from a distance. Ball, pistons, y'all. Bitches, or is it flow Christmas?
Yeah, he wasn't trash though, I ain't gonna lie, I kinda like it.
He tried his hardest. The rap dream just didn't hit the way 607 Unc thought it would. Maybe too much time had passed, maybe the scene had changed, but he didn't sit still. Instead, he flipped the blueprint. He opened his own phone business from the ground up, fixing, buying, and selling phones out of St. Louis. For a lot of ex-cons, getting a job is hard. But Unc made his own lane. Entrepreneur, street tech, hustler.
Yeah. So he always had money. He been had money, man.
Yeah. And he didn't just sell phones. Eventually, he was able to buy broken ones and he would flip those. He would rebuild them, sold them back. In a city where fast money talks louder than resumes, that made him a boss in his own right. Now, depending on who you ask, the business wasn't always smooth. There were rumors, people claiming some of the phones were stolen or saying they got scammed.
Right Connection, we appreciate the continued support from loyal customers. Everything that you're hearing related to the business is a lie, it's false, it's a fraud. I send my apologies out to anyone who has been offended by.
Nah, that's a completely different person. But that's the same soul, but that's a completely different person. Like, that's not the Unc we know today.
Anything that come related to my page and my business.
But nothing was ever proven, no charges filed, and Unc kept it moving. He stayed consistent, always promoting, always upgrading. His name was starting to ring out, not for music, but for motion, legal motion. But then 2020 hit, COVID shut the world down. And just like that, everybody's hustle had to evolve fast.
Hey, facts. PPP loans in the COVID bag.
In late 2019, his business, Right Connection, came to a quiet end. The content slowed down and then COVID hit, and like everybody else, 607 Unc had to adjust. Before the pandemic, he was already studying marketing and helping his son, King B, with music. You could see he had a plan. But when 2020 rolled around, something changed. Right there on Facebook, he says it himself. He can help people get PPP loans. He doesn't hide it, he promotes it, and not for free. He's clear that he wants a cut. He was like a financial advisor for the streets. This is real deal, high volume PPP talk. And in St. Louis during that time, a lot of folks were running plays just like that. Now look, I'm not saying Unc committed fraud. He had a real business. He probably qualified for a loan, but when someone goes from low-key to fully laced in designer, seemingly overnight, and starts posting about getting people paid, people are going to talk. Before COVID, he was wearing basic tees and regular drip. And after COVID, he's wearing techs, sweatsuits, holding stacks in his hand. The whole aesthetic changed.
Facts.
And right around that same time,
Lost weight because somebody might got a whole new body like mine.
So did his mission. He didn't want to be an owner of a phone company anymore. He wanted something that more aligned with his true self. He wanted to pave the road for the next rappers out of St. Louis, Missouri. Unc helped his son sign his first record deal and helped him achieve his dreams. He was able to meet Sway Lee, Playboy Cardi, Jaden Smith, and he was really blowing up in his lane. That's when Unc announced he was opening Worldwide Hustle Studios and Artist Development in St. Louis, and he started doing some of his first big interviews around that time.
Introduce yourself, let people know who you is.
They know I am. I'm Unc.
Basically, like you be kind of stepping up for the younger generation, like speaking up for them.
Yeah, who gonna help them? They want to go the same place I'm trying to go.
So Unc was making a big name for himself. Behind the scenes, he was applying marketing strategies, posting game about business, and still offering people help with loans and funding. He kept positioning himself as someone who could teach the hustle, whether it was marketing, money, or music. He wanted to be the guy who had the blueprint. But not everything was as polished. Around this time, he started linking up with more young cats, some of them up and coming rappers, some of them just down to ride. The crew was hitting LA, and a few posts started to raise eyebrows. My eyebrows, at least. One story showed one of his guys with a bunch of weed out in LA. Unc reposted it and wrote, "If you know, you know. St. Louis, tap in." Now, nothing was confirmed, but the implication seems kind of clear. Then came the LA Salon, where he was gonna have girls from St. Louis who were cosmetologists come up to LA to come do hair.
So this man is a real life businessman for sure. Like he really a boss, like in his own lane.
Come do hair, they're gonna sell beauty products. They had a masseuse room where 607 Unc showed how that room would work. And it was just really interesting because paired with the weed, it just really made you think, you know, maybe there was something else going on there. Money laundering, a little happy ending or something like that. Who knows? In the middle of all that, he also started a trucking company. Another business move, another lane, but all these lanes started to blur. Was this legit business? Was it a cover for something else? Or was he just doing what every hustler from St. Louis tries to do? Spin what he had into something bigger. Chapter 5. Life isn't easy. It will always be a roller coaster. After the salon in LA started gaining traction, something unexpected happened. A girl, allegedly brought out to help launch the clothing brand, starts airing him out online. She claimed she had to sleep with someone just to get her hair done and ended up stranded in LA. 607, on the other hand, denied all of it. He said he treated her well and the whole thing got him off guard.
Well, we gotta know we rocking, man. Check it out, man. Listen to a rumor or something about me. Let me show you what I got for $15,000. I took care of a motherfucker for months. And this how much work they did. And they talking about me. So look, don't tell her this. I try to help her. If she was to put more time working than fucking and sucking dick, she wouldn't be stuck in California. So guess what, bitch? Listen, stay there.
This wouldn't be the last moment of controversy tied to the West Coast chapter of his story. Around the same time, PPP loan talk started bubbling up again, but this time it felt different. In one video, 607 could be seen asking his own mother for her social security number.
I said send me your social, your front and back of your ID, and all that stuff. I'm gonna get you some paper real quick.
Swear to God on your mama, like for real, like you gonna sacrifice your mama stuff.
Send it to me. I'm gonna what you mean it ain't gonna happen? Man, send me your social. I swear to God on my mama, I'm gonna get you together.
And another, he's flexing stacks of money, dropping captions like, "You want in? Tap in." If it wasn't already clear, the PPP narrative wasn't just a phase, it was an ongoing hustle. And despite the distractions, his focus on building a local rap empire never slowed down. Interviews show him sitting at a table full of young artists, some familiar faces, others new, plotting the next big STL wave. But one thing stood out. His son King B suddenly went quiet. No new songs, no social media posts, just silence, and nobody knows why.
Sacrifice.
In the middle of all of this, 607 made one of his boldest claims yet, that he was the original writer behind Nelly's breakout Country Grammar.
I know I heard you speak a lot about, how you got out the Illuminati for, making that ultimate sacrifice, which we'll get into or not get into a little bit later. But you never speak about how you got in. You ain't never break that part down.
So I got in from Country Grammar. When I wrote Country Grammar, we all got in together. Me, Nelly, Ali, Murph Lee, all lunatic. We all there. We got in together. Yeah, I just left. Yeah, well, I ain't leave. I was forced to leave.
Whether you believe him or not, it was clear that he was aiming for legacy, not just relevance. That same mindset led to the creation of his first street compilation, Street Country Grammar, a name clearly meant to echo the legacy he claimed to be a part of. He brought in names like Sexy Red and 30 Deep Grimy, putting together what he hoped would be a defining St. Louis moment. And through it all, one thing never changed: his dog Ace, a small white pup, always around, always posted. Maybe a symbol of loyalty in a world that kept shifting around him.
We let them know we here. But they don't pick up the phone when I'm here. They talk to me when I'm not here. Shut up. Ace, I'm doing an interview, Ace. You see me working. Fuss about it. They don't want to play with you. Stop, Ace. They don't want to talk to you. Them dogs don't like you. They don't know you rich. They don't know you rich. Sit down. They don't know you rich yet. Listen, don't fuss about it. That's what I got to my mama. We do a dog party for Street Country Grammar. Well, I ain't do it. Ace do it. Ace said that the dogs got to know about Street Country Grammar. He said, ain't nobody on earth don't know about Street Country Grammar. That's what I got on my mama. This is a dog party. Street Country Grammar's coming. Oh, it's already here. That's what I got. Girl, don't run from him. Ace, don't run from that dog. Ace, don't run from that dog. Hey, don't you run from him. Hey.
Chapter 6, From the Block to the Unknown. It's wild to think how far 607 has come. From a kid with big rap dreams to a man who gave up chasing stardom for himself so he could help others break out of the city he was never able to leave behind. That's what Street Country Grammar was all about, a compilation stacked with rising STL talent like Sexy Red and 30 Deep Grimy. That was his way of giving his city a shot. And the thing is, throughout all the hustles, the phone store, the trucking company, the salon in LA, 607 never stopped giving back. Whether it was free toy drives or barbecue block parties, he stayed tapped in with his community. He was flashy, no doubt, but he made sure the people around him felt that success too. And here's where the story starts to twist. At one point, 607 claimed he was the ghostwriter behind Country Grammar. Yeah, that's Nelly's breakout shit. He says that's how he got into the Illuminati. Was it a joke? Was it real? I don't know. But recently we've been seeing a lot of strange rituals and strange captions from 607, and if you've been watching closely, the signs have always been there. Just recently, he went on No Jumper and got into it with 4 Extra, a known LA gang member. The argument turned heated. Threats were made. 607 said he wasn't ever coming back to No Jumper again. Then the 4th of July happened. 4 Extra blew off his hand in a freak firework accident just days after 607 posted about doing his rituals. Coincidence?
I think not.
Or did 607 unlock something darker than we ever expected? I've got more to say about this, including a theory that might sound crazy unless you've been paying attention. In my next video, we're going deep into what happened to 4 Extra and why I believe 607 may be spiritually tied to a rapper who used to do voodoo before he recently just passed away. Because when you look past the grills and giveaways, something else starts to show. And you start to wonder, who really is 607 Unc?
Facts. Who really is 607 Unc?